I'm going to be telling you my life as a diabetic, as a teenager, with this beautiful sunset in the background. Let's do this. I'm Jacob. I've had diabetes for 4 years. I'm in year 9, so I'm 15 years old, and this is how diabetes works as a teenager. First of all is routine. I'm a type I just gotta add this real quick. I'm a type 1 diabetic. There's type 1, type 2. I'm type 1, which means it's natural. They don't know how it caused. You can't fix it. So practically I'm gonna have it with my life forever. So, first subject is what did I have to do and how did I have to change my life? Number 1 is routine. Me and my family's routine was absolutely shocking. Like, dinner ranged from freaking 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And we had to change that. Oh, there's that trucky. What are you carrying, mate? Honk! Hey! And yeah, so that means that with diabetes, you have to be pretty strict on your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so we have to have dinner at 6, as close to 6 as possible, lunch at 1, breakfast at 7. That's pretty much what happened, and that's what we had to change. Here's the thing, because of me, all my family, my 2 sisters, my mum and dad have to change a lot. So I'm thankful for them for doing it without complaining. Maybe they did behind my back, I don't know. But yeah, it was a pretty hard change for us family. But it kind of made it better as we got older and we did lots of things that having a good routine made. I reckon we could do more things like that. And so, yeah, that's number 1. Number 2, planning ahead, which is kind of like routine. You got to plan ahead for everything you do. You can't just go, oh yeah, I'll go play that hockey game, I'll fill in for you. You don't have to go, oh, I might have to have lunch, I won't be able to play for you, I'm too low, I'm too high. Well, no, just I'm too low. Like, all that kind of stuff. You have to plan about that. You can't just go, oh yeah, I'll play another hockey game, or I'll just go for a 5K run. All that jazz you just can't do, which kind of sucked. But yeah, it's just planning ahead. Going on holidays, you got to do so much stuff to plan ahead, and it's not very good. Like, have to go to the doctors, get a note, get extra insulin, get extra needles, like all of that jazz. And then you have to calculate how much insulin you're gonna take. If this too much, is this too not enough? All that jazz when you go on holidays, it's a big deal, really. And so, yeah. Damn, that sunset is absolutely majestical, bro. But other than those 2 things, nothing else really changed. You just gotta stay on top of diabetes, good routine, plan ahead. That's what had to change. Planning ahead, we struggled with. Routine, we struggled with. My family did. But we got there. 4 years now. 4 years now I've had diabetes and we're rocking it. Nothing too bad. I'm chilling with diabetes. I might just add that. It started off hard, but now, ooh, that's a chilly breeze. Now it's good. Now it's good. Alright, we're moving on to sport. How I live with diabetes with sport. I play lots of field hockey. My TikTok, my YouTube, all that jazz is field hockey content. And yeah, so hockey is a big thing in me and my family's life. And we had to change quite a bit because of diabetes. Because sport makes your blood sugar levels go low, which means that you're gonna faint and you like dizzy, lightheaded, then you ultimately faint. Food makes it go up, just a little bit of information. And my drugs, insulin, brings it down. So with those like 3 main factors, you want to calculate what you're gonna do in like the next 4 hours. Plan that ahead, and what you ultimately want to do is, depending how much sport, how much food, and how much insulin you take, you want it to be steady, which is impossible. And so when I go play sport, yeah, I have to strategically plan in my head, I have to be high. Because I go play a game of hockey, right? And I'll be like 18, which is pretty high. And then next you know, at the end of the game, I'm like 10 going double down. And I keep going down until I'm like 5. So normally after I play a game of hockey, I I eat food. And so, yeah, you just got to plan that ahead. And then with lunch, because like I was saying, oh, I'll be playing under 12. So like, oh, under 15s need some players. I was like, sure, why not? Now I'm like, oh, used to. I'm in under 15s now. Now it's like, oh, actually, I can't. I got to have my lunch. I'm too low for this. I need to eat a bit of food. I can play maybe the second half. It's kind of how I went about that thing. Now I'm in under 15s, and in between 15s and I play up to under 18s, there's a perfect gap for lunch, perfect hour gap, so that's all fine. And so another thing is nighttime. I'm adding that in right now. Nighttime. Um, you have a different type of insulin before you go to bed, and because your blood sugar levels naturally go up, so this thing naturally goes down, and you try and make it very even, which it does. It does pretty well, but near the start, we weren't doing it very well, and I was having lots of high nights and then lots of low nights, and so that meant I'm waking up in the middle of the night. Oh, cut that out. And so when that happened, my dad was always checking on me at like 11 o'clock, making sure everything's all right. Sometimes you have to put a couple jelly beans in my mouth because I'm too low, and then he'll go off to bed. And then we had like a year, no, more like 8 months when it was really good. And then it happened again, a couple times. Didn't really tell my parents. And I was like low. I'm waking up to my alarm. Cool technology, adding this in right now. This thing checks my blood sugar levels like all the time, 24 hours for 14 days before you need a new one. I don't have a phone that you can use to scan it, so I have this like little blue thing. Yeah, it's very useful. It like blares at you when you're too low, especially at night time, which is very useful. So you get up out of bed, you go to the cupboard and not fall over because you're lightheaded, dizzy, about to faint. Then you try and force some jelly beans down your mouth. We wanted to talk about this, realized we were kind of measuring it wrong, and it was not very cool. And so after that, we learnt the right way. Next, last 2 years, it's been all chill, sunshine and rainbows. My night sometimes have hiccups, but not as often, like very, very little. Back to sport, back to sport. There's nothing else for sport. Let's move on to school. School is literally kind of like sport. I'm just checking on it regularly, just trying to stay on top of everything. Every single time a car comes around, I just lose my train of thought. You just got to stay on top of everything. Just know what, like if you have PE next or sport, you kind of just got to factor that in. I don't have to stab myself at lunch. And everybody is like, oh my gosh, I will never be a good diabetic. That must hurt. Oh, I hate needles. Yeah, me too. Me too. I used to. But these needles are like tiny. They don't hurt. They hurt like once in like 50 when you hit a vein. Yeah, that stuff hurts. Sometimes it hurts, but like you just got to miss the vein. It's kind of just a skill issue, really. And yeah, it's all good. Doesn't hurt. That's probably lots of people's questions about diabetes. Does stabbing yourself hurt? And no. The answer is no. And so, nothing else really matters. School camps, though, there's so much stuff you gotta plan. Like, you gotta plan what I'm gonna do if I die. Well, not die. What am I gonna do if I faint? What am I gonna do if I drop my case that has all my insulin, my needles, my food into the river and it goes down the stream? Case. Talk about it later. And so you have to plan all that jazz out. And it's, it's a bit annoying, but we get used to it. It's fine. And then another thing with school is that early on I got my friends to know enough about diabetes so that they know when I'm low, I shouldn't be playing any sport, shouldn't be walking around, I should be sitting my butt on the ground. And I didn't care. Like, I was like, oh, who cares? Oh, well. Like, I just go off and they'll be like, oh, Jacob, check your levels. I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, oh, I'm only 4.2. And they'll be like, we know that that's not good. Sit your butt on the ground, eat some jelly beans. And so they'll sit there with me. We, like, miss out on sport. Or just have to sit down for longer at recess, lunch, before my levels are good. And then we'll go. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm very glad I actually taught my friends and that they listened and they took their job very, very seriously. It was cool. And it was nice. Thank you. Especially Chris. I know you're watching this video. Next, everything else. Let me just tell you what I use. Well, let me just tell you about this case. This case is absolutely amazing. It's from Diabetes Ease. It's like $80 Australian, which we thought was pretty pricey. Kinda is, but I bully this. This is my second case. I had this black one. This case is only like 6 months old. And that black one, like, started dying because I'm just chucking it on the gravel. I didn't drop kick it. I'm just not looking after it. I'm just like, meh, throw it up. Who cares? And yeah, it protected everything well. You can store your needles, your blood test machine, you can store your finger prick, which is what you have to do when technology wasn't around. So you have to learn the manual way just in case technology fails. So that's always my backup if I lose my scanner, like I have in the last 12 hours and I don't know where it is. So I'm doing my blood test right now. So yeah, you gotta always learn the manual way before the technology way, just in case stuff like this happens or like technology fails. And then in the back pocket, which is the biggest game changer, you can have my jelly beans and some long carbs. It's kind of, let me describe this why I have like a packet of chips in there. Jelly beans, do you like the high jump, right? So you do like the pole vaulting. It jumps all the way up and then it comes back down, like really really fast. It's a bit slower to go up but faster to come down. Just. And then what the packet of chips do is they put a plank there. So you go up and then boom, you stay up there and you like walk the plank for like 20 meters, so like an hour, and you're all good. Hopefully that's a really good description of yeah, you jump up and then it sits you up there instead of coming crashing back down and next you know you're just gonna have more jelly beans. I'm very impressed that I thought of that on the spot. But in this case, mad good. Like really good. It protects your things really well. Alright, we're back. So this thing's called pumps. I did a manual stabbing. I just don't feel like the pumps are that necessary. Like they're pretty much a game changer, but then I have to detach it every 3 days. And I'm used to this little white thing on my arm being every 14 days. But yeah, every 3 days having to replace it, peel it off your skin, put it back on. I just don't feel like it's very that useful. But it kind of is. Especially when I'm detaching it when I play sport, which is like 4 times a day. And so you have to detach it often. Then it feels like the 3 days are wasted. I think that's the reason why. So yeah, don't use one, but very useful. What else do I have there that I have to say? If you're new to diabetes, my first year, actually 2 years, were a pretty hard struggle, me and my family. Second year was mainly me and my mum and dad. First year was me and my whole family, my 2 sisters. It was a hard struggle the first year getting everything set at home, and then me getting set when I go out. It just sucked. But 2 years later, after that, 4 years into diabetes, it's just part of my routine. Diabetes is just part of my routine. Just being very cautious, being very hazardous of what I'm doing, making it a routine. That's pretty much it now at 4 years now. But then food. People are like, oh, you can't have junk food. That must suck. I can have junk food. I can have KFC. But here's how it works. Let's just say you have KFC for lunch, dinner, and let's just say you have Nutri-Grain for breakfast. 3 days straight. Your levels will be harder to manage. So you eat healthy for 3 days, then the next 3 days are gonna be very, very easy to manage. It'll be very nice, very chill. But let's just say you're having popcorn chicken, a chicken burger, chips, and all that stuff. You're having a party for like 3 days, okay? You're having a party for 3 days. Next 3 days are gonna be so hard to manage. Like your levels will be high after your night insulin, and so you have a buck ton of insulin, right? But sometimes it just doesn't go down at all. Sometimes it just crashes. Like it's just I can't even explain it. It's just hard. I've done it like once, twice, okay, maybe like 10 times. It's very, very hard to manage. So I can. It's just that it's kind of a pain in the bum to do it. I can have junk food like once every 3 days, right? I have a KFC once every 3 days. I don't have it like once every 2 months, I would say. And so yeah, my levels have been very easy to manage. That's all because of my mom. She watched like binge watched probably 100 hours of YouTube about diabetes in like I was about to say a week, but it's barely now 100 hours in a week. Probably in like 3 weeks. Like she watched a lot of YouTube about it and found out that's the best way. Me and my dad were like, oh, it's not that bad, and then she kind of forced it in, and it helped. It helps, but it doesn't have to be extremely healthy. It just has to be healthy, but extremely healthy makes it easier. But it's not that big of a difference, I feel like. Just eating healthy, just General healthy is good. And yeah, diabetes, it's fine. That's it for the food section. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. If you're new to diabetes, you got this. If your friend's new to diabetes, you go help him. So yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed this. See you guys in the next video.